Picture this. You're standing on top of a mountain in Cross River State, Nigeria. The air is cooler than your ex's replies, the clouds are literally at your feet, and the view? Straight out of a fantasy movie. Now imagine this same magical place, once called the African Switzerland, is today rotting away like an abandoned shopping cart. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Obudu Cattle Ranch, Nigeria's lost paradise. Once a global tourist magnet, now a ghost of its former self. In today's documentary, we're diving deep into the 10 untold truths about Obudu Cattle Ranch's rise, glory days, and shocking abandonment. Stick around till the end because trust me, the final reason will blow your mind and possibly your blood pressure. 1. The dream that started it all. Obudu didn't just pop out of nowhere. It was built in 1951 by Scottish ranchers who thought, hey, this looks like the Highlands, but with better food and more sunshine. The vision, a world-class ranch, a resort, a little slice of Europe in the heart of Nigeria. And guess what? They nailed it. Obudu became the place to be, with cable cars, luxury chalets, nature trails, and enough fresh air to make Lagosians cry tears of joy. But as we'll see, dreams are easy. Sustaining them, not so much. If the vision was so grand, how did Obudu go from paradise to punchline? Well, let's talk about money, or more accurately, the bottomless pit where it disappeared. 2. Billions invested, pennies in return. Over the years, Nigerian governments poured in billions, yes, billions, upgrading Obudu. New cable cars, conference halls, water parks. On paper, it looked like Disney World. In reality, more like Disney, but the electricity is off. Tourists came, but not enough. The returns couldn't even fuel the generators, literally. And slowly, the place started falling apart. Think champagne dreams with pure water budgets. Of course, where there's Nigerian money, there's Nigerian politics, and Obudu had a front row seat to that drama. 3. Politics, egos, and broken promises. Every new governor in Cross River State seemed to treat Obudu like their side project. Announcements, grand openings, ribbon cuttings, but when the cameras left, so did the action. Maintenance? Forget it. Sustainability? Overrated. Each administration threw money at Obudu hoping it would stick. Spoiler, it didn't. By the mid-2010s, the once buzzing resort was fading fast. Think Beyoncé in 2008 versus Beyoncé in 2023. One is primetime, the other is just rumors of an album drop. But politics wasn't the only villain. Nope, it had a more deadly enemy: bad roads. Want to kill a tourist destination? Simple. Make it harder to reach than Mars. The road to Obudu Ranch is so rough, you'll need prayers, patience, and possibly a chiropractor. Tourists were like, this place is beautiful, but never again. And with no good airport connections either, Obudu became that friend everyone loves but never visits. Because, let's be honest, would you risk your car suspension for a mountain view? Exactly. Now, while the roads broke bones, the management broke trust.
5. Mismanagement on steroids. At its peak, Obudu had global attention. Tourists, diplomats, even international conferences were held there. But management? Shambolic. Workers unpaid, facilities abandoned, cable cars that stopped working more than NEPA. Obudu wasn't just a ranch. It was a case study in how not to run a tourist resort. By the time the government started outsourcing management, the damage was done. The brand was gone. But wait, don't cry yet. Let's rewind to the glory days when Obudu was actually popping. 6. The golden era of tourism. Believe it or not, Obudu once hosted tourists from Europe, America, Asia. Nigerians flew in for honeymoons, school trips, even weddings. The Obudu Mountain Race was a global athletic event, runners climbing hills like superheroes. For a few years, Obudu was a symbol of what Nigeria could be. But like Nollywood blockbusters, the budget ran out halfway. Speaking of symbols, Obudu's fall wasn't just about a ranch. It revealed something bigger: Nigeria's attitude toward tourism. 7. The tourism blind spot. Here's the sad truth. Nigeria is blessed with insane beauty. Yankari Game Reserve, Erin Ijesha Waterfalls, Obudu Ranch. But instead of building tourist industries, governments chase oil money. So while Kenya and South Africa rake in billions from tourism, Nigeria lets resorts rot. Obudu's abandonment is just one example of a bigger blind spot, and it's costing the nation jobs, revenue, and reputation. All right, enough ranting. Let's get emotional, because Obudu is more than just business. It's culture, history, and memories. 8. The people left behind. When tourists stopped coming, workers lost jobs. Locals who sold crafts, food, and guided tours were stranded. An entire community that depended on Obudu's boom went into survival mode. This wasn't just a ranch falling apart. It was livelihoods, families, futures. A reminder that bad management doesn't just kill projects, it kills communities. And yet the craziest part, Obudu still has insane potential. 9. The untapped gold mine. Even in its half-abandoned state, Obudu is breathtaking. The views, the climate, the wildlife, unmatched. If managed well, Obudu could earn Nigeria billions yearly. Ecotourism, conferences, adventure travel, the opportunities are endless. Other countries would kill to have something like Obudu. Meanwhile, Nigeria just shrugs. Classic. And that brings us to the final truth. The question nobody wants to answer. Will Obudu ever rise again? That's the million-dollar question. Can Obudu be revived? Yes. Should it? Absolutely. Will it? Well, this is Nigeria. It would take private partnerships, proper infrastructure, and leadership that actually cares. Until then, Obudu stays abandoned, a tragic monument to wasted potential. But maybe, just maybe, if enough people demand better, Obudu could shine again. After all, paradise doesn't disappear, it just waits. So there you have it, the 10 truths about the Obudu Cattle Ranch's rise and fall. From billion-dollar dreams to political drama, bad roads, mismanagement, and wasted potential. Obudu is proof that Nigeria has everything except the will to protect it. But here's the thing, awareness is power. If people keep talking, keep asking, keep demanding, maybe one day Obudu won't just be a sad story. If you enjoyed this documentary, hit that like button harder than NEPA hits the light switch, subscribe for more bold breakdowns, and drop a comment. Do you think Obudu can ever be revived? Or is it too late? Until next time, don't just dream Africa's potential, demand it.